Yeah, she's cute. Hello, pottery friends! Happy New Year! I hope you all had a fantastic holiday. You celebrated whatever you celebrate. And let's have a good start of 2025, shall we? Lots of creativity, lots of fun, and let's make it a good year. Welcome to my tale of inspiration. Lots of things going on in my life, and lots of things that have been bubbling inside of me. Things coming together, things not coming together. So yeah, New Year. It happened to happen around the New Year, a little bit sooner, and it you know what I'm trying to say? Communated. Well, it added up to where I am now. Where to start? Let's start with the pottery. I have to first thank Tiffany from Harbor Creek Pottery. If you have never heard of her, impossible. Look her up. She had a video, I don't know, a while ago. She was talking about spirit animals, and she had a link in there in her description to take a test. I'll talk about the test later. And of course I did the test. I am all for anything smoke and mirrors, a little bit woo-woo, a little bit new agey, and I believe that it's how can I explain? I don't believe, I know it's a thing. I've experienced it so often in my life that these things can help you see things clearer, or tell you to look over there, and then synchronicities have happened in my life many a times. So yeah, it's not that I am totally woo-woo with my head in the sky, but yeah, it's part of my life. It's absolutely part of my life. So I took that test, and what came out was a crow. It has to do with all the magic of the universe, or however you want to call that. And I said, I see a sgraffito crow in my future. Well, that's where this tale of inspiration started. And I have not fired it yet, so it might be a little bit difficult for you to see. There's also a reason for that, and I'll explain in a second. So this is the tumbler I made with a little dimple to, hold it easier. Colors are funky because it has wax all over. But you will see the final result, of course, in an upcoming video. There she is, the crow. That's a black slip, and I have sgraffitoed and inlaid that with a blue slip, because sometimes these blackbirds can have a blue sheen. I did some research more than just the test that was linked by Tiffany. And the symbolism is fantastic. Oh, by the way, hold on. To show you, if you are interested in things like spirit animals, or well, in this case, just spirit animals or totem animal, or if they show up in your dreams or whatever, this is a very good book. I have the Dutch version. It is Ted Andrews. Maybe I can see what the original title is. Oorspronkelijke titel. The original title is Animals Speak, the Spiritual and Magical Powers of Creatures Great and Small. So that's a very good one. Of course, online there's a lot of information to be found. Next to that, or in addition to that, I love all symbols. I have books and books and books on symbolism that in all kinds of religions, in belief systems, in old cultures, from Mayan to pagan to I love it. I just love it. And I have one little small one, and this has 1,000 symbols in it. Goes all over the place. So that's what I use, including some websites, to make these spirit animal tumblers. Yes, multiplied. They're more than one. So, of course, chaotic all over the place. Let's go. The crow. It's universe, it's magic. They live in urban surroundings, but also have their nests in trees. So there is a tree with some nice little cherry blossoms. The crow is connected to the moon and feminine energy. And I'm not sure if you can see this. Yes, you can. Swirlies. They have no color. These will be white. Because crows are in many cultures seen as the messengers between the physical realm and the, let's call it spiritual realm, or whatever you want to call it. And there's also probably difficult to see trees in the background because if you followed me, I've been exploring and trying to expand on my carving and my decorations with more foreground and background things. So this one I made for me. I'm going to keep this one. And then I had received the inspiration to make a whole series. I'm working on a whole series. I now have 3 that are still needing to be fired, and I'm working on a 4th one. And after I've stopped rambling, I'll take you with me on how I'm going to go further on that one. I tend to go very slow. I start with research, and I didn't immediately know what my next one would be. So I just let it be patient, wait for the inspiration. Also a theme that's been going on within me for a while. Talk about that in a second. And then I walked to my my damp box, you know, Jimmy, formerly known as refrigerator. And in between Jimmy and one of my big containers of clay, what is it? At least a yard. There was this humongous spider web. It was beautiful, but it had the tiniest little spider in the middle. And it's rain season. I do not see that many spider webs out in the open in this time of year. I took that as inspiration, did some research on the spider. The next one, there's a spider on it. Oh my word, does that have, they all have beautiful symbolism, and the spider does, of course, as well. I picked the ones that speak to me and put them on the tumbler. This one has a little thingy for a straw. There's the spider. And it has this swirly that has meaning. The shape of the body, you could see that as an 8. It is connected to the infinity symbol, which is, of course, this one. There is text in here. And there's, you can still see some graphite. That's pencil, it will burn out. And there's text in here. There are more swirlies, and they will all have they will all be in the background with a different color. And of course, the web that is carved, that will be white. I will talk about the symbolism more in depth once they come out of the firing, because it's easier to see. So but that was the spider. And then I'm making a little bridge to other things that have happened in my life. Let me grab a towel because it is rainy season, but it's humid, so I'm sweating. I've had to take on a job, a part-time job. Financial things going on in our life, so I don't have a lot of not as much time in the studio as I used to have. So that's why I'm showing you these now, because I don't know when I will have enough to fill a kiln. I'm trying my best to keep the videos coming, and I thought it's been a while since I've put a video out there. It's been a while since I've had the pleasure to talking to you, which I'm very grateful for every time again, because it really, I know I'm talking to my phone, but it really feels like I'm talking to you guys. And I thought I didn't want to hold out. So sorry if there's no finished product in here, but that's why. So I'll be doing my best to keep firing and keep kiln openings coming, and sharing my inspiration and my process with you. But yeah, things need to be done when things need to be done. The second thing that happened to me, or has been happening to me in the realm of the pottery, I felt more and more uncomfortable with, okay, I gotta make mugs because they sell. It's just, I didn't feel like me anymore. Didn't feel like, oh yeah, okay, I'll make Christmas angels and Christmas Santas. It just didn't feel like me anymore. And Lord of behold, they didn't sell, of course, because if it's not in there, if your energy is not in there, it doesn't sell. That's what I am convinced of. And I do not want to do more production just because I know it will probably sell. Hence the beautiful chess set that I made. That was really inspired. That was, oh yes, I'm gonna do this. And that's how I want to feel whenever I'm in the studio, especially now that I also have a part-time job. So when I'm here, I want to be here as an artist, and I want to make what I want to make, and I want to feel inspired and make beautiful things. So that's also how this came about, in making a whole series of these spirit animals. Because of that new job, I was invited to their Christmas dinner, got to know all the other colleagues that I don't see because they work on different places. And I was sitting at the beach. We're having a beautiful dinner at night at the beach in a beautiful resort. And I was just listening to the sea, and next to me was a colleague, and we were chatting a bit, and then all of a sudden 2 owls flew over, and that we looked at each other. That was owls, wasn't? Yes, those were owls. So the next one is an owl. So here we go. There's the owl. The animals will all be black with sgraffito and inlaid other color. So there's the black owl. There's so many different owls, and they all, if I read the book and I do my research, a brown owl is a little bit different than a white owl. So if you have an owl as your totem or spirit animal, look it up. They differ a bit, and as I said, I pick out the things that speak to me. Also, feminine energy, the moon, of course, it does most of its life at night. Of course, the vision and the hearing, and I'll talk more about that. There's a little tree in there because, well, they live in trees. There's a book in there, and there's a labyrinth on there. And I will explain more about this when they're fired. Okay? So now you know it. That's my plan for 2025. It's been, the last 3-4 months have been very tumultuous for us off camera. So I'm now just trusting the process, trusting myself, and following the breadcrumbs that the universe delivers, and we'll see where it goes. But I am, in the moments and the time that I have in the studio, I'm having so much fun with these. It's very fulfilling, and I will stop blabbering now, get the one that is waiting for me in my wet box, damp box, dry room, whatever you want to call it, and I will take you on the journey of that one. And I'm not sure how yet. It will probably be a lot of editing. These take a lot of time. It goes very slowly, and these are not totally planned out from the beginning. I have a few ideas, the animal, a few symbols because of its meaning, and then I just see where it wants to be on the tumbler. So yeah, let's do that, and I'll see you at the end of this video. There we are. I have my Lazy Susan and an old bat with some foam on it, so I can work like this, so it's easier for me to film it. I usually would work especially for the carving in my hand, but for this video I will do it like this. This is the latest spirit animal tumbler, and although it does not have sgraffito yet, I hope you can tell this is spirit animal bear. Oh boy, so much symbolism, and also the different bears. A polar bear is different than a grizzly bear and a black bear and things like that. So if you have things, if you have a connection with this as your spirit animal at the moment, because it can change, everybody changes, so you know, things happen through life, we evolve, and so does the spirit animal that's within the symbolism and the energy it has fits you, or may help you because it doesn't fit you and give you something you need. That's why this one came along for me. I am needing some courage and sort of kind of leadership qualities that I want to get better at that. So this one will hopefully help me while making it. Let me first start telling you what I did. Of course, I threw the tumbler. This is 550 grams of clay. This one is a tad bit on the heavy side. I then, although you may not see it, so we'll be talking about these slips again. It has 2 colors of blue all over. Maybe you can see a little bit of the difference. That will all come out after the firing. And working with slips can be confusing because, well, this is sky blue mason stain and I believe delphinium mason stain in my slip. This is gunmetal, and these will be representing rocks once I've carved them. And this lighter color will, in the end, after the firing, be darker than this. So sometimes it's a bit confusing. The bear, of course, is black. I have drawn in some mountains that I want to have in there. Eventually, I will probably just carve them, graffiti them out. I have the triple goddess. Oh, it's crooked. Oh well. In there, which I will also probably carve. I keep spraying it with a spray bottle to keep it soft enough so I can do the carving later, because I will do all the carving at the end after I have all the symbols and the background on it how I want it. So that's where I am now, and let's continue working on it. And I will I think I'm just going to film it and edit it later. Will probably be a little bit ASMR, or maybe I'll chime in and tell you what I'm doing in between. We'll see how it goes. Well, this is going well. Yeah, I had that triple goddess symbol here, which stands for protection, which is one of the symbols or the energy of the bear. And it bugged me that it was crooked. So I took the back of my fingernail, because I had only done a little indent with one of the styluses, and rubbed it out, put back a little bit underglaze, no, one of my slips, but I forgot to turn the camera on. So yeah, this needs to dry a little bit more now. So there is a triple goddess still coming in there. There are symbols for the 4 seasons coming in there, and the triquetra is coming in there. And in the background I want a honeycomb decoration, and because I'm not quite sure yet where my other symbols are going, I think I'm going to start with this. This is the baking paper from the kitchen. I looked up honeycomb because I could not draw this by hand. This is still not perfect, and that's fine, but if I would draw it by hand, it would be very, very crooked. So I looked up this pattern on Pinterest and just traced it from my screen. So I can now hopefully, oh, it needs to be in the background. I'm going to find places and I'm going to trace it with a stylus, so when I'm done I can carve it out. If you know what I mean. Yes, you do know what I mean. Of course, dig your fingernail in there. Oh my word. Okay. Where do I want it? I want to start there, I think, because that one's going there. What do I like? I also want it a little bit on top. Oh, that was my fingernail. Can you see? Now I take the back of my fingernail because it's still soft. I can rub carefully. And then it's almost gone. I will be carving in this, so that's the first tip without even doing anything yet. Okay, I do want some of these in here. So I'm going to lay it on there. Take my stylus. Do I want one there? Don't want it in there. I want it behind the mountains. But that will all be clear in the end. So I have done the well, first indent, so to speak, the tracing of what's going to be in the background, all these honeycombs. I am now going to try again with my, oh, where is it? Oh boy, with my triple goddess thingy. There it is. I may have misspoken earlier. I don't know if I said anything, but in this case, this symbol stands for being powerful, having strength. Let me cut this differently so it's easier to see whether it's straight or not. Okay. Which of course the bear represents. Where do you go? Somewhere here. Are you now straight? Let me see.
See, Spud posted in the Discord that he had jams.
I'm just going to trace it. I'm probably... Oh, there's still something talking to me here. Sorry, I got YouTube on. A little higher. I'm probably going to carve this out. So now I'm just going to trace it first for the outline. There it is. And I have I might need a different stylus, I don't know. I have made a triquetra, which is a symbol, well, especially the circle in this triquetra. I love, 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 love Celtic symbols, and I've turned it into a Celtic knot. You can see. If you want to learn how to make any design, even just a scribble, into a knot, a Celtic knot, let me know. I can do that for you. It's not difficult at all. So this one, I decided would go here. Just a little indent where it's going to go. And now I have 4 more things that I want to go in there, and I don't know where yet. So let's see. These are the seasons: winter, fall, spring and summer. And I really don't know where to put them yet. So I'm going to stare at it for a while. That's how it works for me at the moment. I will put it on my Lazy Susan, stare at it for a while, turn it around, and then decide where these are going and if they are going to get color or not. So I'll be back. Okay, again, I forgot to turn the camera on. This is where my symbol of the summer comes. I changed it up, so that's why you see a little carving, no problem. This is where the symbol of fall is now. And I am going to do the symbol of spring. That's this one. Maybe overlap him a little bit, could be nice. Oh, but I'm going to have to carve there too, and inlay. So that might be, I thought I wanted it here, you can still see it a little bit, but I don't. So I'm going to put it there like that. There's my leaf for spring. And now I have winter, which, where did I want to put it? Somewhere. Now I'm confused. I don't remember. Oh boy. That's summer. I don't want winter next to it. I think it was here somewhere. Oh, here. Yeah. I'm going to put it here. I hope my head is not in the way. No, I don't think so. So now I have the symbols all in there. The background is in there. Of course, I have to carve the bear and the stones, the rocks. I have to carve everything. But I am first going to fix this a little bit, and then I'm going to put a layer of wax on it and let that dry, and then the carving starts and the inlaying of other colors. Oh, hiccups. So yeah, I'll do that first. I won't have you watching wax dry, so I'll be back in a sec. The wax is no longer tacky. so I can start carving through. I'm going to start with some of these honeycomb things. If you followed me for a while, you know that I usually, where are you? I dropped it somewhere. Never mind. I usually use a stylus like this, you know, with a round point. But I have noticed that sometimes if you do that through wax, or if I do that through this wax, it gets a little jagged edge. And I was never good at using a pointy carving tool, because I couldn't go around corners. It was difficult for me. So I practiced. You know, it's all about practice. We're all starting somewhere. So now I'm a little bit more confident in using a pointy one for sharper lines. This comes from one of these standard sets. This is one of the shapes that's in there. I bent one, a smaller one, into a very fine pointy tip. So now I'm going to carve. Well, I'll start with the honeycomb. And yeah, well, you know, it's carving. What can I say? Carving through wax, you do have to sometimes clean your tool. When you work with a stylus, it of course falls off more easily because it's a rounded tip. And because I'm carving through this wax, I can now inlay those carvings that I want to have another color with one of my colored slips. And those things that I want to sgraffito and stay white, I will do after I have inlaid the rest. And that's how I will carve all of this. I do prefer to hold it in my hand. So I'm going to do the rest off camera and come back to you when I'm going to put some slip in there, okay? I have done almost everything. Not quite yet. These were pretty straightforward. For the bear, I did tiny little scratches with a very, very tiny stylus, because just a straight line, I think, I don't think that's nice. I will lay in some brown and then see what it looks like after that. All I have to do now is the outline. I do want an outline around my bear. I'm going to get my pointy bended one. I'm going to do the outline so you see what I'm doing. Still have to put some texture in here and see if I can somehow give the impression of his claws down there. I'm not sure yet how I'm going to do that. I also do not really worry if I'm not doing this exactly right. You know, if I see some green, or well, at the moment it's green, it will be gray. Or if I cut away a little bit too much, or did you see what I did there? If you scroll back, you will see that this ear was a lot larger than that one. And I hadn't noticed that until I put all the carvings in. So I carved a little bit of the black away here, and here I carved completely around the black. So now they are a little bit more of the same size. Still not the same, but well, if you scroll back, you can see there was a lot of difference there. Let's start with Mama Bear. This is, oh, if you can read it, there's the recipe. This will be a dark orange. No, it's more a terracotta brown, to be honest. And I'm going to lay it in. There's the bear. Now I do want more things. I want some colors to return and come back. This was fall. I don't want it right there. That is spring. Maybe I'll do this one, but I'll decide later if I use that color. Which one did I want for my honeycomb? My orange. Ooh, look at that. That's not much. It's enough for some inlay, I hope. If I can get some out. Okay, I'm going to have to scrape this bottle. for the mountains, I'm going to use this color, which will end up to be darker than the blue in the background. And it is slip with 5% gunmetal mason stain. I'm taking a small brush so I don't get it into my bear. Now I have a green for my spring sigil. A red for my summer sigil. Where are you? For my summer. No, that needs to be yellow. I'm wrong. Red. Why did I want red? That's fall. Let's do red for fall. Why not? Go with the flow, they say. And of course my winter sigil will be white. I shouldn't have carved it, but I'll just, after I've wiped it away, take that out. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? Or do I do the brown? Still not sure. These are becoming a lot of short clips. This is yellow, which is 5% sunshine mason stain in my white slip. There's the yellow. This is mason stain orchid, which is a light purple lilac kind of color, but there was some blue in that bag. It was gifted to me a while ago, and purple tends to burn out, so this is just a one time because it was a mixture of mason stains. I don't know what blue was in there because it was just a plastic bag. I've tested it. It turns out light gray. We'll see. I hope it will repeat that. Don't get it in the bear. Okay, last one. The triquetra. Just for a little bit of, what's the word? Cohesiveness. Because this is a very multicolored one. So a little bit of one color coming back in a different spot might be a good idea, in my opinion. We'll see. Alrighty. Once this is dried, I will come back for the wiping off process. Here we go. Wipe it away. I mean, this is no rocket science, right? You have to be careful. Twist your sponge, take a soft sponge, and clean it regularly, and that's it. I first go over it once, so the what's this? The slip that lays on top gets wet. And then if you, for a second pass, it will all go. Oh, I can see its face coming. Look. Oh, there. Yeah, she's cute. Alrighty, let's get my tiny stylus and get the orange out of my snowflake. Almost. I see a little bit of slip on top of the wax here. Huh? Now all I have to do is that one. I'm going to carve that because I want that white. And who knows what else I come up with. I'll lower the camera down so you can see what I'm doing. I'll do the outline first. I'm already changing my mind as ever. Put that lighter gray in there and then carve the rest. Or am I going to put black in there? Oh, you hear that bird? That's our troupial, the orange and black one. I think I'm going to put black in there. Okay, looking for my black. One more thing to do. I did wipe away the black slip, and now I'm going to carve and hopefully leave a little bit of that blue in there. So I'm going to try to make this round and not mess up my outline. I think we're done. Let's get you up a bit. Oh, oh, crooked, not high enough. There we are. Look at Mama Bear. On the stones, in the mountains, honeycomb. A moon, or the triple moon actually. Oh, where's my, oh, there's the triquetra. and the seasons. More explanation about that when she's done. Now this is all done with homemade colored slips, and if you want to learn more about homemade colored slips and know how cost effective they are, and you might be interested in some recipes for the colors, watch this video next, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.